Now we arrive, after class is almost finished, to the parts that Dar al-Hekma wants me to teach you. Dar al-Hekma wants you as a student of Dar al-Hekma to understand what is your sources of Sharia. How do you find what should you do, what you should not do. In Islam, Banati, we have shay called مصادر التشريع ومصادر الشريعة. تشريع mean the reference. Reference is Quran and Sunnah. But Sharia is wider spectrum. So مصادر التشريع, these are the divine texts. These are we call reference. شوفوا كيف بنطقها reference. تشريع بالعربي اسمها تشريع. divine text النص الشرعي محطوطة in a box. Quran and Sunnah. Then what's in the Quran and the Sunnah that is clear, muhkamat, this is thawabit. Okay, then comes the part where ijma' of wrong pen. Then comes other resources, which is consensus, ijma', analogy, qiyas, appropriation, istihsan, desirability, istihbab, unspecified public interest, masalih mursala, approbation of what may lead to sadd al-zara'i', and more, 13 and more. These are called the secondary sources. So these are primary sources. هذا الأصل. Primary, الأولية, التشريع, الreference, النص. And these are the secondary. Comes second. Clear, Banati? So, primary sources, عندكم القرآن and the Sunnah. Why here it says إجماع and قياس? Because إجماع, Banati, is that what scholars, remember في الambiguous 10,000 fatwa, they all by consensus, they said this is the truth. Remember, Banati? So yeah. This is the part where it comes here. So even though if it was not clear in the Quran and the Sunnah, but the scholars all over the centuries, regardless of their school of thoughts, Shafi'i, Hanbali, agreed on it, it becomes the primary sources. When they use qiyas, qiyas is a tool they use to arrive at that fatwa. So the primary sources are for. The secondary sources, you only have to know for. I'm not going to even explain it to you. What's important for me in the dilemma you live today is for me to explain to you these four. So as Dar al-Hekma student, what is mandatory for you to know? There is primary sources, there is secondary sources. Primary sources, Quran, Sunnah, Ijma', Qiyas. Secondary sources, Istihbab, Istihsan, Sadd Zara'i', Jalb Maslaha, Istihsan, and so forth. This is the division of it. Primary mean you can't have your own opinion if it's done. Secondary, you will find in Malaysia they have opinion, in Cairo they have opinion, in Morocco they have opinion, in Saudi Arabia they have opinion. Yes, Banati? Clear?
Yes.
I forgot to remove the I don't want to waste time to go back and forth and remove it into Banati. Quran al-Kareem, we took this definition in the divine books in the third pillar of Iman. هو كلام الله المنزل. It's the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. منزل على to his Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. طيب. المعجز بلفظه. There is a miracle and miraculous the way we pronounce it. المتعبد بتلاوته. متعبد بتلاوته mean worship, reading and following. Remember يا جودي لما I give me the meaning of tilawa? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, tilawa mean I read and I follow, not just I read. Now we live in a nation, we only read. Remember the businessman who fled the country and his family became poor and he sent them the book what to do and they didn't follow the book but they just recited it, حفظ الكتاب. Yes?
Yeah.
We did the same thing. We have the most miraculous, sacred guide, troubleshooting, cure, light, guide, everything, but we only read it. We only read it. Some memorize it. We don't follow. Tala means follow. Taba'a. So we know that this Quran is the last book. We know that it's arrived to us. Now, Banati, this is an important word you have to know. Tawatur. I translated it as narrated by a crowd. It's weak translation. How this Quran arrived to us is through tawatur. Tawatur means Prophet Muhammad Jibreel alayhi salam told it to Prophet Muhammad Prophet Muhammad told to his companion told it to their student, and their student told it to their student, and their student told it to their student. Tawatur means crowd, from crowd to crowd to crowd, not singular. Was it only verbally transferred to us? No, there was written as well. We're going to see that. So Prophet Muhammad picked out, I think there were 3 or 5 كتبة الوحي. They would sit while Jibreel alayhi salam dictating Prophet Muhammad sallam, they would write and Prophet Muhammad said read it back so they make sure it's the correct. When Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu became the Khalifa, the head of state, and he had to initiate a war called Harb al-Ridda for those who denounced their Islam. A lot of those who memorized the Quran in their chest, حفظت al-Quran, start to be killed fi sabilillah, martyrs. So Umar ibn al-Khattab told Abu Bakr as-Siddiq during his the Khalifa that we should collect the Quran and have a written copy of it before all those who are memorizing it died. So Abu Bakr as-Siddiq ordered to collect the manuscript. كتبت الوحي, give me your version, those who have different manuscripts. And he created a committee head by Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, committed by Zayd ibn Haritha, Zayd ibn Haritha was one of the كتبت الوحي, and they overseen that this collected version of the Quran is the most accurate, corrected version. So it was written, not just transferred to us by memorization. Now,